Hey everyone, welcome to today's explainer. Have you ever heard a sentence that completely stopped you in your tracks just because the words seemed to totally contradict each other? Well, today we're going to act as emotional translators. We're decoding this absolutely fascinating linguistic mystery about human connection and untangling a very specific, kind of wild misunderstanding between two vastly different emotions. Just listen to this quote for a second. She must give me pity, flirt. This is a real and frankly pretty jarring quote straight from our source material from a disabled person navigating relationships. I really want you to hear that sharp contrast there. Pity, flirt, right? These are two concepts that feel like they belong in completely different emotional universes. Okay, let's dive into this. What does this actually mean? Why on earth would someone use a word that is intrinsically linked to suffering and hardship, like pity, to ask for romance? It's like a giant puzzle. This single sentence exposes a massive communication barrier. It makes us pause and wonder, are they asking for someone to just feel sorry for them, or are they really asking for actual love and connection? So moving into section 1, core motivations, defining the terms. To solve these communication barrier and truly understand what is being asked for, we first need to establish some standard English definitions for these really complex emotions. Let's strip away the confusion. First up, let's look at pity. In standard English, pity is rooted deeply in feeling sorry for someone, right? You feel pity because a person is suffering, maybe they're facing significant difficulties, or dealing with a condition like a disability. The core motivation here is sympathy. It's looking at a situation and feeling that pang of sorrow for their hardship. But here is the absolutely crucial part. It is a response to suffering. It is definitely not a desire for romantic connection. Now, on the flip side, we have flirting. Flirting means behaving in a way that shows romantic or emotional interest. It's all about the smiling, the teasing, complimenting, trying to attract the other person. Fundamentally, this is the foundation of genuine attraction, and it's rooted in mutual respect. It comes from this vibrant, energetic place of wanting to be closer to someone, not feeling sorry for them. And this brilliantly illustrates the vast gap between these two concepts. As you could see, a pity-based dynamic is focused entirely on one person's perceived misfortune or hardship. It's a dynamic built on a total imbalance. An attraction-based dynamic, however, focuses on genuine attraction and affectionate interest, which is shown through words, tone, and actions. Basically, one looks down with sympathy while the other looks across with mutual respect. Which brings us to section 2. Why confusion happens? Untangling meanings. If these two concepts are so fundamentally different, one about hardship and one about romance, how do they get so easily tangled up in real-world communication? Well, our source materials highlight 3 primary reasons for this mix-up. First, linguistic misinterpretation. An individual might literally just use the word pity when what they actually mean is gentle flirting or affection. It's just a vocabulary error. Second, overlapping behaviors. Think about it. Actions like showing focused care and attention or making someone feel really special can get kind of confusing. You might be highly attentive to someone because you're attracted to them, but they might misinterpret all that extra care as you just feeling sorry for them. And third, confusion of intent. In some context, a person might be hoping for romantic interest, but mistakenly use the word pity to describe the emotional warmth they desire. They want the connection, but they're labeling it entirely wrong. So let's shift from the theory of why this confusion happens to the actual evidence, looking at exactly what the speaker in our initial quote really wanted. Here is section 3, true behaviors, identifying intent. When asked to explain what they meant, the speaker clarified with this: she must call me nice names and talk in a soft tone. I mean, just think about that genuine affection for a second. Kind, sweet names, a warm, gentle voice. This isn't about responding to a disability or focusing on suffering at all, is it? This completely recontextualizes their original request. This is what they actually meant. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is that when we organize the evidence, a crystal clear pattern emerges. Under behaviors of attraction, our sources list smiling, teasing, complimenting, and importantly, kind names and a warm tone. Under behaviors of pity, the actions are strictly responding to suffering or hardship. So nice names and a soft tone land firmly, without a doubt, in the attraction column. This proves that what the speaker was seeking was gentle flirting and affection. They were absolutely not using the word pity in its standard English meaning. As we begin to wrap up this explainer, we really have to zoom out and look at what these definitions mean for building a successful, healthy bond between two people. Why does clearing this up matter so much? Let's look at Section 4, Healthy Relationships, the Root of Connection. It matters because of this absolute core truth directly from the text. A healthy relationship is based on mutual respect and genuine attraction, not on pity. Look, if you build a relationship on pity, you're building it on misfortune. True healthy relationships absolutely demand affectionate interest. Calling someone kind or sweet names, speaking in a warm voice, showing focused care, that's affection. That is flirting. And that's the standard of mutual respect everyone deserves, regardless of literally any disability or hardship they might face. So I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder as you go about your day and think about how we all communicate our emotional needs. When you analyze your own desires and the words you use to express them, are you asking for sympathy, or are you really just looking for connection?